Somewhere close to you, right now, there's a Mercedes-Benz sitting quietly on a used car lot. It's stickered for $60,000 back when it was new. Today, you could drive it home for less money than a used Toyota Corolla, and almost nobody bothers to look at it twice. That's not because the car is falling apart. It's because that three-pointed star on the hood scares people off before they even open the door. They hear Mercedes and picture never-ending repair bills, so they walk straight past it. That fear is exactly what keeps the price low for the people who actually understand these cars. Depreciation already did the painful part. Somebody else swallowed that loss years ago, and it wasn't going to be you. Today we're counting down 5 Mercedes-Benz models that everybody ignores and stick around for the last one because it used to cost about as much as a small house, and now it costs about as much as a used commuter sedan. Let's get into it. Number 5 is the Mercedes-Benz GLK 350. When Mercedes replaced the boxy, upright GLK with the smoother, rounder GLC, buyers suddenly decided the older shape looked outdated. Resale values dropped fast. But here's the thing nobody noticed. That boxy old shape actually aged better than the car that replaced it. Step inside a GLK and you'll see why. This was built right before Mercedes started gluing giant tablets to every dashboard. So, you get real buttons, physical climate dials, and gauges you can actually read at a glance while driving. Nothing to distract you. Nothing that feels ancient the way an old touchscreen does, and nothing that costs a fortune to replace when that screen eventually dies, because there isn't one. The tall, upright windows also mean you can actually see out of the thing, which is more than you can say for most boxy modern SUVs. Under the hood is a 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6. No turbochargers to fail down the road, no complicated plumbing, just a simple, honest engine that any Mercedes shop can service without blinking. It won't win any races, but it doesn't need to. Clean examples typically sell between $8,000 and $14,000, and plenty are out there. Because so many were sold new. That is a lot of genuine Mercedes SUV for very little money. Now take that same SUV, shrink it down into a sleek 2-door coupe, and you land on our next pick. Number 4 is the Mercedes-Benz CLK. This car looks like an expensive Mercedes coupe, but underneath that sleek 2-door body, it's actually built from the same parts bin as the ordinary C-Class and E-Class sedans of that era, which means those scary German coupe repair bills are far less likely to show up as long as you pick the right engine and a car with a documented service history. The engine lineup is where this pick really earns its spot. The CLK 350 runs a 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6, though on early cars, you'll want to confirm the balance shaft issue has already been fixed. Step up to the CLK 500, and you get a 5-liter naturally aspirated V8. Both are old-school, unstressed engines, no turbos, no superchargers, nothing exotic waiting to drain your bank account. Any independent Mercedes mechanic has seen these motors 100 times, so parts are common and labor isn't a mystery. Keep the oil fresh, buy one with real service records, and these engines can run for a very long time without much drama at all. Here's the part that makes it worth it. A clean CLK typically sells somewhere between $6,000 and $14,000. Even the V8 version usually falls within that range, which is almost funny for a Mercedes coupe running a naturally aspirated 8-cylinder engine. Depreciation already did the brutal work here, and coupes always take the hardest hit of all. So you're the one cashing in on somebody else's loss. Now, if you're still with us, you're going to want to hear about number 3, because this next car is basically 2 vehicles hiding inside one. The Mercedes-Benz SLK solves a problem most convertibles never figure out. Push a button, and its solid metal roof lifts up, folds itself in half, and tucks away into the trunk in about 20 seconds flat. Roof up, it's a tight, quiet little coupe you can happily drive in the middle of January. Roof down, it becomes a proper open-air roadster. Most convertibles force you to choose between a soft top that eventually leaks or no roof option at all. The SLK just quietly sidesteps that whole dilemma. And the fun you get per dollar here is honestly ridiculous. The SLK 280 and SLK 350 both use naturally aspirated V6 engines that feel plenty quick in a car this light and this compact. And because the car itself is small and mechanically simple, running costs stay far lower than that three-pointed star on the hood would have you believe. This isn't some temperamental Italian sports car that needs a specialist and a bit of luck. It's a Mercedes. Parts are everywhere, and mechanics understand exactly how it works. Prices typically land around $7,000 to $13,000 for a clean example. That is weekend toy money for a car that also happens to wear a genuine luxury badge and a folding hardtop roof. Just make sure that roof mechanism moves smoothly during a test, and check that the hydraulic lines aren't weeping fluid, because that's really the only repair worth budgeting for. Not a bad deal at all. But the next car on this list turns more heads sitting perfectly still than the SLK does, with its roof fully down. Number 2 is the Mercedes-Benz CLS. Some cars age. This one basically just waited for everyone else to catch up. The original CLS practically invented the modern four-door coupe. That long, low, swooping roofline stretched across a sedan body, and it still looks genuinely expensive today, even though the price tag says otherwise. Park a clean one anywhere, and people will assume you spent triple what you actually paid. That's the trick this car pulls off every single time. The styling grabs the headlines, but the equipment inside backs it up completely. These cars came loaded with leather, real wood trim, and technology that was genuinely high-end back when this car cost 3 times what it costs today. And all of that comes along for the ride now, at a fraction of the price. The cabin still feels special. It doesn't feel like a stripped-out old economy car pretending to be something fancy. One quick note on the engine, because a little homework really pays off here. Early CLS 500 models run the famously tough 5-liter naturally aspirated V8. Later CLS 550 models moved to a punchier 5.5-liter V8. Just be careful with early versions of that 5.5-liter engine, since they shared some timing gear issues with the smaller V6. So again, maintenance records matter. Buy the right one, and you're set. Clean examples generally run between $8,000 and $15,000. The CLS proves that good design doesn't depreciate the same way a badge does. But the very last car on this list went from full-blown flagship royalty all the way down to clearance rack pricing, and that gap right there is where the real steal is hiding. Number 1 is the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. This was Mercedes' flagship sedan, stickering north of $90,000 when it was brand new. This is the car that CEOs got chauffeured around in, the car that diplomats rode in on official business. Today, a genuinely clean example can be yours for the price of a used commuter sedan. And that price gap is the single biggest opportunity on this entire list, as long as you go in with your eyes wide open. Let's be honest about why it's this cheap, because it really does come down to maintenance. A big luxury flagship like this comes loaded with air suspension, a huge stack of electronics, and a thirsty V8 engine, and the market panics at the thought of feeding all of that. That panic isn't completely baseless, but it is exaggerated. The S550, whether you get the naturally aspirated V8 or the later 4.6-liter twin-turbo, is a genuinely solid platform when it's been properly cared for. Even a well-kept example at this age can still hand you an expensive repair bill because air struts sag over time, control modules eventually fail, and rubber components dry out no matter how careful the previous owner was. That's exactly why service history and a thorough pre-purchase inspection matter more here than on any other car on this entire list. Go in knowing that suspension components and electronics are the big-ticket items. Set money aside for them ahead of time instead of just hoping for the best, and use an independent Mercedes specialist instead of the dealership. Do that, and the running costs become manageable instead of terrifying. Truly clean W221S 550 examples typically sell in the $16,000 to $22,000 range. For that kind of money, you're getting a car that still feels like a genuine event just to sit inside, with a back seat nicer than most people's living rooms. The S-Class isn't cheap because it's a bad car. It's cheap because everybody else was too nervous to actually run the numbers. And that's really the pattern across every single car on this list. Nobody ignored these Mercedes because they drive badly. They ignored them because a three-pointed star on an older hood makes people flinch on instinct. And that flinch alone is worth thousands of dollars to anyone who doesn't share it. Fear set these prices. The cars never did. So the next time somebody tries to talk you out of a bargain Benz, just tune them out. That nervous little voice in their head is exactly why your car could be sitting in the driveway for Corolla money. If this list opened your eyes to just how much bargain Mercedes is sitting out there right now, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because the Motor Era drops videos just like this one every single week. Let us know down in the comments which one of these 5 you'd actually park in your driveway. Thanks for riding along, and we'll see you in the next one.